As you guys know at VRS, our goal is to get you fast faster. And in order to do that, we want to make sure you get set up just as fast and have options to do things that we think you'll find beneficial. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some new tools and some things that I think will help you. Hey, what's up, y'all? Right here from VRS. Today we're going to take a look at some cool features that I think you guys are going to appreciate. And if you have any questions, concerns, feedbacks, hit us up on Discord and we'll be more than happy to help you. So let's check it out. All right, so before we get to the new stuff, let's talk about something that's very simple that's been in our setup, but some of you may not be aware. If you're running iRacing, as we recommend it, you should not be running it in 360 hertz just because the way that the next gen force feedback works and the way iRacing provides is 360 hertz. As we know, iRacing 360, it's not a true 360, it's 6 samples of 60, so it kind of messes with the predictive filters, so you're going to run it in 60 hertz. But if you have it set up in 360 hertz, you can still run our row base with it using our legacy tools, and this will tell you that you're currently running it. So as you can see here, it's just an image or a screenshot. If you're running iRacing in 360 hertz and you open up the VRS app, you'll see it says 360 hertz here, and you'll also see it here when you have the wheelbase up and you're looking at the specific settings. So I did want to point that out so that you understood what you will see on the screen. Now, talking about the new features, right? The first thing we're going to see here is we've got our VRS Direct Force Pro config tool open, and a couple things you guys have asked for, and I think it's going to be beneficial. One, what we're going to do is we're going to click on the wheelbase. We're going to go to load preset profile. What we've done is we've added these information bubbles. These information bubbles just provide information to you on how to set up iRacing or something in LMU that you need to make sure is on, because some of you did not know this. And again, we can't put everything available in this tool. We do have our compatibility guide that's regularly updated, but with that, we do think this is absolutely necessary. So these information bubbles require or give you information that will be required for you to set up the sim. So for iRacing, again, we recommend using 60 hertz. You're going to make sure you hover over this eye bubble. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And it tells you that, again, the next gen force feedback works with 60 hertz because, again, the way that information is provided. Same with LMU. If you hover over the eye bubble, it's going to tell you you have to have the steering force effect steering to on. If you do not, you will notice it will feel quite different when you're driving. So again, those information bubbles will be provided. If it's something recommended for any particular game, we definitely will have it there. We're definitely looking at adding more sims to our next gen force feedback, so do look out for that in the future, and we'll have that for you as well. Next, what I want to talk about is something really cool that will extend the feature set of the R295. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the settings, and I'm going to show you on the wheel. So I'm going to click on the wheel here. Once I get in here, you're going to see there's now a new option that we're bringing to you called Enable Modifier Keys. What this is going to enable is essentially giving you the ability to add up to 128 total inputs. And by turning it on, what it does is it makes the two bottom buttons actually function as modifier keys. So again, if it's off, they're just regular buttons, as you can see here. And they work just as you see. But if we turn that feature on, and what we'll do is we'll take a look at the wheel so you can see exactly what happens. So I'm going to turn that feature on, and then let's take a look at the wheel. All right, so now we've got the wheel here. So we've got the feature on. What it does is, and how we've done it and decided that it works best is, when you click on either one of these modifier keys, what it does is it corresponds to the area on the other side of the wheel. Because our thinking is, well, if I'm trying to use this modifier button, I'm going to want to function in this area here, right? Because this hand is being used. I'm not going to want to come across the wheel. I want to be able to simply click and click something else. So what you're seeing is this entire half of the wheel is off. Now the modifier does not work on a center encoder. It works on all of these that you see here on the right hand side by giving it additional features. Same thing with the right. The right will actually dim to let you know that yes, we're going to go ahead and use the left side of the wheel. So again, these modifiers are going to enable you to have the features that add additional inputs to the wheel. And I'm going to show you by actually showing you how it looks when you pull up SimHub, because then you'll see just how much more options you get to map and control mapper and all the different things. But I'm just going to show you the button click so you get an understanding. All right, so now we've got this all set up. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick look. And again, by holding this button here, you do not see anything happen as you can see in Control Mapper. So if I click on these buttons, as I have mapped them in Control Mapper, they do different things, right? You'll see that it'll recognize the button presses or me rotating the encoders. However, when I push a modifier, you see nothing happen on screen, right? So traditionally, if we click on this button here, you'll see it is mapped to button 10. But if I hold the modifier and I click this same button, now it's button 73. Same thing with the right-hand side of the screen. If I click on this button here, it's button 5. If I click on the modifier, it is now button 101. So this just gives you layers upon layers of things that you can do, and it will not affect your shifters or your clutches, right? Those are going to be the same no matter what you do, but you'll get all of these different options of things that you can modify and change. And again, we just believe it gives you more layers to do different things, to add more functionality to the wheel so that you can extend what you want to do. And for people I know who race in VR, that's highly beneficial to have more layers and more functions and more buttons. So again, that's what these will do. So with that being said, that's all that I have here to share with you at VRS. We have more information and more tools coming to you in the near future. Again, if you have any questions, like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube and all the socials, jump into Discord, reach out to us, and we'll be glad to answer any questions. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later. Peace.